Oh, hi, you're back. Well, welcome to Stay at Home Dad Stuff. I'm your stay at home dad, and I really wanted to just kind of talk about the two different types of stay at home dads. We have the traditional significant others going to work, and we have the stay at home dad single parent. I am not the latter. So, for you gentlemen out there who are working and taking care of kids, I tip my cap to you because it takes a lot more work and it takes a lot more dedication, and I know it's a lot more stressful. For me, my wife works as a nurse at one of the local hospitals in the emergency room. So I have the luxury, thankfully, to be able to stay at home and not only raise our 4 month old, but also her 7 year old and her 11-year old. I have a 10-year old son by my ex wife, and unfortunately, he lives out of state. And we have kind of a disrupted relationship, but hopefully, over time, that will grow. In the meantime, I'm doing my damnedest to make sure that my 4 month old gets every ounce of me that I could possibly muster and maybe a little bit more. Um, a little bit of background, I am originally from Massachusetts. We moved here to the wonderful city of Duluth from northern Minnesota about 3 or 4 months ago after living in kind of the fishing mecca of Ely, Minnesota for the last 7 years. Um, I've spent 20 years in the Army, 21, and six of that was active Army. The remainder of it has been in the National Guard in various states. I'm right now facing a military retirement for a back injury I sustained in the line of duty. So it gives me a good chance to be at home with the kids and also kind of alleviate a lot of stress for not having her work and come home and do all of the child rearing as well. Um, the biggest thing I've noticed so far is that there's a lot of time management involved. If you're not a big planner, or if you're not able to figure out, what to do next, I can totally identify with that because living in a new city, I don't know the first thing about what is going on here. So thankfully, with Google and with Facebook and with lots of interweb activities, I've been able to see a lot of different things to go on and do. The biggest thing I did yesterday was get a Y membership. Colloquialisms being what they are, apparently I've gotten the dad bod. So I got a couple of little ounces here to shed. But they also have childcare, so I can drop my son off and go work out for a few hours, come back, pick him up, and get on with the day. If you're someone who, might be in the same situation, it might be worthwhile looking at the YMCA or something like that. Um, but also, you got to make sure that you're not just staring at the same four walls all day, every day. So you got to get out and, let your kid see some stuff, enjoy some new surroundings, go put yourself in an activity somewhere. For me, as soon as I can, I'm going to take myself fishing. I'm going to take my son fishing as soon as he's realistically able to. That might not be for another year or so. But again, it goes with time management. You've got to be able to figure out what's important and how to budget time for both. Another thing I'd like to figure out is, cooking, cleaning. I'm not the biggest Donna Reed. I don't really look all that great in a button down apron. But, making sure the dishes are done, making sure that laundry is done, making sure the house is in order so when she comes home from work, she doesn't have to deal with the stresses of that. Um, that's kind of the biggest thing, just making sure that you can find that balance and also still make time for each other. Being a stay at home dad means that I'm going to spend a little time drinking coffee. I'm going to spend a little time folding clothes, wiping butts, doing a lot of that kind of stuff, but also still working on projects for personal fulfillment too. I right now I'm building a family tree, and I figure it's something good because it brings not only my sides of the family back together, but it also kind of introduces my family to my wife's family. We've been married for about 6 months now, maybe a little bit longer. And she's going to be meeting my mother on Thanksgiving for the first time. She's going to be flying in from out of state. So it's just kind of a good way for everybody to kind of meet each other or re-meet each other for the first time in a while. Family reunions are hard once people have moved around the country, moved around the world even. um, so yeah, hopefully in the next few episodes you'll see me doing cool stuff besides sitting on a couch in a bathrobe drinking coffee. It's not really where I am always sitting, but it's a good place to kind of formulate a plan to get the day going. So on that note, this is stay at home dad stuff. Till next time.